yeah. I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes, call me aggressive with my flow, call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love, still gonna die for what I love, still gonna try, I won't give up, still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win.
Hello guys, today we're going to be doing what if what if Izuku or Deku had gravity manipulation. And yeah, you know what, I'm just going to get into this what if. So we start off with Naruto at the Quirk Doctor. Instead of the Quirk Doctor saying he is quirkless, he actually has a quirk this time. And they describe it as gravity manipulation. He's able to manipulate gravity in any way. He can make someone heavy, very light. He can make anything light or heavy. He can pretty much control gravity on a person. And he can pretty much crush an entire area with his gravity. And hearing this, Deku immediately thinks that he can become a pro hero, which he can, obviously. And he's happy, and they go home. And trying to use his quirk, he starts making the gravity higher on his own body. And he makes gravity heavier on his own body, 2 times normal gravity, and he feels his body become heavier. And then Izuku thinks this could be a good way to train his body, by upping the gravity slowly to make his body stronger. And I'm going to make Deku in this what if a bit more. His strength is not going to be human strength, obviously, because I just want to make him overpowered. Okay, he's going to be overpowered with just gravity manipulation, but I don't want him to be lacking in a physical battle either. But Deku ends up training using his quirk, and he doesn't really get bullied by Bakugo. But Bakugo still has his god complex, and people think that Midoriya's quirk is cool because he's able to control gravity, and he slowly increases the gravity over the time on his body. He's able to stand over 10 times gravity when he's over the age of 10, holding it there. And he sometimes fights Bakugo, because Bakugo in his god complex makes Izuku mad sometimes. And he pretty much, it's not really a fight when Izuku just makes Bakugo's body heavier or makes the gravity a lot heavier for Bakugo. It's just kind of not fair. And Baku really can't move, and he feels like his body is being crushed. So he really doesn't like messing with Izuku because he's gonna get crushed. And throughout this time, Deku is slowly building up how much weight he can put on his own body, or how many times gravity he can put on his own body. I'm gonna say he can withstand about 20 to 25 times normal gravity, and it's going to slowly go up by each time. And I'm saying this for just the beginning of MHA. This is where the actual anime starts, and it's just another day, or no, the last day of Deku's school year, and the teacher says this is job applications. We're gonna start reading them out, and then he says, "Nope, just kidding. This because I all know you guys all want to be heroes." And everybody starts showing off their quirks besides Deku and Bakugo. And then he starts reading off the people that want to go to UA. Katsuki, Bakugo. And then he says Izuku Midoriya. And this is where Bakugo gets up and starts yelling at Deku. And Deku's not really paying attention to Bakugo. He's looking at something else outside the window. And then Bakugo walks up to his desk and then says, "Do you hear me, nerd?" And then he puts his hand on Deku's desk and using an explosion, this snaps Deku out of his trance, and he looks at Bakugo and he says, "What do you want?" And Bakugo says, "You want to go to UA?" And Deku says, "Yeah, of course, I want to become a hero." And then Bakugo says, "You need to..." Sorry. "You need to go away before I blow your..." Yeah. And Deku's like, "What? How are you gonna try to stop me? Remember who always wins our battles." And Bakugo thinks that's just because you can... I said thanks, sorry. Says that you can... That's because you can manipulate gravity. If you couldn't do that, I would be able to easily defeat you. And Deku raises an eyebrow to this and then says, "Okay, then I'm not going to use my quirk and I'll just box you right now." And Bakugo's like, "What? What?" And he's like, "Alright, whatever." And they go outside to try to fight. Well, try to walk outside and try to fight. But the teacher tells them to sit down and shut up. It's almost the end of the day anyway. They can do that after. And class continues. And once the class ends, they all leave, and Bakugo and Deku both go outside and from the school. They get ready to start fighting, and Bakugo immediately without even anyone being prepared, well, besides Deku, obviously, Bakugo immediately blasts towards Deku and tries to shoot an explosion at his head, but Deku sidesteps and punches Bakugo right in his face. And this punch is not a weak punch. This hurts Bakugo a lot. And I'm sorry. It's just like 2 a.m. right now, and yeah. Anyway, Deku ends up after Deku sidesteps and punches Bakugo, Bakugo kind of falls back, or stumbles back, sorry, and he's like, what, he can actually hit me? And Bakugo blasts towards Deku again, and tries to throw another explosion at him. Deku sidesteps this again and gets ready to punch, but Bakugo, preparing for this, moves his arm sideways and tries to use an explosion, but Deku dodges barely by ducking and uppercuts Bakugo right in his stomach. This making him cough a bit, and he is stumbling backwards with his hands covering his stomach, and then Deku pulls his fist back and punches Bakugo right in the head, and it's a clean hit. Bakugo falls backwards and quickly gets up and tries to shoot a massive explosion at Deku, sorry, my bad. She tries to shoot a massive explosion at Deku, but then the principal comes out and tells them that since they want to keep destroying and messing his school up, you're going to start to clean up all the damage. So they start cleaning, and Bakugo and Deku both look at each other, and Deku says, "You're lucky that the principal saved you." Bakugo says, "Wasn't I the one about to explode your brains?" And Deku scoffs and walks away. And after they clean everything up, they both start walking home in 2 different directions, obviously, because they don't like each other. Deku decides to take a shortcut and goes under this tunnel, and this sludge monster appears and tries to attack Deku, but Deku immediately uses gravity quirk and puts at least 10 times normal gravity on the sludge villain, which pushes the sludge villain, puts the sludge villain right on the ground, and the sludge villain feels like he can't even move it, and he kind of feels it. He's feeling a lot of pain actually, and then All Might arrives, and Sorry, and he sees that the sludge villain is pretty much on the ground and seemingly stuck in, while Deku is just sitting there on his phone, waiting for a hero to come and grab the sludge villain. But then Deku looks up from his phone and sees All Might and starts fanboying, asking for an autograph and other stuff like that. And All Might signs his autograph and says, "How are you doing that with the sludge villain?" And Deku explains his quirk, telling him that his quirk is gravity manipulation. He's able to manipulate gravity in any way he pretty much wants. And All Might's like, okay, and he says, "You're gonna be a strong hero." And All Might, not All Might, yeah, All Might grab or asks Izuku to stop stop doing using his gravity manipulation on the sludge villain, so he can take him. And Deku lets go, and All Might asks for Deku's name, and yeah, Deku tells him his name, and All Might jumps off. He doesn't need to ask him, can he be a hero, if he literally says that he's gonna be a nice hero. Anyway, Deku starts going home, and I don't think the Bakugo and Sledge Villain incident what happened. So yeah, he trains for 10 months, just continuously putting gravity on top of his body, and he does this more hard than he's ever done it in his life, since he knows that the UA exams are coming, and he thinks that they're gonna be way stronger than him or Bakugo have ever seen. Since he thinks, since All Might went there should be a lot of insane pro heroes in the making. And I think I'm gonna leave it off here. Peace out, everybody, and goodbye.